Frat house music.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to an interview with I Am your hostess, Eunice White. It is here where I have the awesome opportunity and honor to interview talented, independent artists and entrepreneurs from all walks of life. And tonight, my special guest is Nikia. Where is it? There we go. Look at my banner. There we go. Nikia Bai. She's a motivational speaker, a life coach. She's also an CEO of a nonprofit called Trusted Parents. And you guys will get a chance to learn so much more about that organization and what her whole mission is. I'm so happy to have you with me tonight. And thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this broadcast. First, though, I want to get started by just thanking two beautiful ladies that have supported an interview with since its inception. And that would be April J. Armstrong. She is the CEO and curator of Armstrong International Media and Distribution, LLC. It's also known as A.I.M for the Culture and for the Collective. She have created this wonderful internet broadcast, television broadcasting platform that is so dedicated and supportive of independent programming. So all types of programming she have there. So again, if you are a cook and you have a television show, or if you are a filmmaker, have a television show of some type of sitcom, a show like mine, this talk type platform here, podcast, all types of fitness, spiritual, she have a network that you guys would absolutely love, and she supports this program tonight. And I'm so grateful to have her in my corner. Now, on the radio broadcasting internet side is Terry Hatchett. She have Untapped Music Radio, Untapped Talent Music Radio, and it's a 7-day-a-week programming of radio content. So if you are a lover of all types of programming, from this type of programming, talk radio, to music, from rock to classical, check her out. Check her out. Untapped Talent Music Radio. There we go. Something like that. I'll post it because I'm just like so tongue twisted right now. I'm excited because I have my cousin tonight. And that's why I'm just so excited to be able to interview my cousin and all the great works that she have going on tonight. So excited to have you here tonight. I want to also thank the guests. Please, you guys have been supporting me for over a year now, and have supported all of my guests from day one. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. So yeah, we are here with Nikia Bai. And again, she is the CEO of Trusted Parents. She's going to get into all of that, but she's a motivational speaker and a life coach. And she has a special event coming up in August, and we want to hear all about it. So thank you so much, Nikia. Let's just jump on into it and talk about what you have going on.
Thank you so much, Eunice, for having me this evening. I am so humbled by the invitation. Thank you so much. And thank you for all who's out there listening. I hope I am able to inspire and uplift someone this evening.
Yes, yes. So as we get started, I have to tell you, if I haven't already spoken this, you have a phenomenal bio. And it's filled with such passion and humility, and I was just so impressed by it. I show here that yes, you're an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, consultant, advocate, and life coach. Your dedication is what I absolutely appreciated. How you would like to advocate for parents with children with have who may be experiencing needs that are on a healthcare side or developmental intellectual disability side. If you don't mind, talk about how you got to a place of support for that cause.
Well, I could say that it all started from my child. I
Mm.
have a son who's diagnosed with intellectual disabilities. His name is
Yeah.
Malik. He is my why. He is the reason why I sit on the platform that I sit on today. It started because I'm in Charlotte, and when Malik was when he was first diagnosed, there were no support groups or anything that supported families that look like me. And so
Okay.
that I saw that there was a need in the community. And honestly, being the only one at the time in the family who had a son with special needs, I amongst friends who children didn't have special needs, it was a very lonely journey. And
Mhm.
so I started Trusted Parents just looking for a support group. I just wanted to come together with other people or other parents who was living the same or similar life that I was living by raising a child with special healthcare needs. And I started Trusted Parents. But what ended up being a support group, I'm thinking I'm going to have friends and come together with friends, ended up morphing into something bigger than me, bigger than anything I can imagine. So me
Mhm.
advocating started with me first advocating for my son, and then seeing that there was a need in the community that needed to be fulfilled. So it fueled a passion in me to want to help other families. And so of since 2011, October 22nd, 2011, up until
Mhm.
today, we've served over 8,000 families in North
Oh,
Carolina.
wow.
North Carolina.
In
And
North Carolina. Okay.
yes, of North Carolina, and I must say, our borders are not just within North Carolina. It goes to South Carolina. We've helped families in South Carolina. I've helped families in Florida. I've helped families in Tennessee. I have helped families in Nairobi, Kenya, and
Oh,
so
nice.
I have been able to really take this thing and really help parents and support them and give them what they need. And then me thinking I'm helping them, they're actually helping me too. It is
Exactly.
it's a beautiful thing, and I love what I do. I love what I'm called to do.
Oh, so when we break down, for those of us who may not know much about the experiences of children with intellectual disabilities, can you break down what that is and why it's important that we, get or gain the resources to help families and children?
Okay, so that's a loaded question because
Yeah.
individuals that's diagnosed with intellectual developmental disabilities do not look the same. They are all not the same. So their symptoms, their characteristics, their personalities may differ. However, they need support, and in
Mhm.
needing support as they get older, it doesn't the diagnosis does not go away. They're going
There
to
we go.
always continuously need support. When
Mhm.
their children are young, there's all kinds of resources available to them, programs for them to get into. But when they age out and they transition into adulthood, that is an untapped, I won't say untapped, that's where you lead to unmet needs. Okay, so there's
Mhm.
families that need help,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, the resources are not there like they were when they were little kids. And that's one of the things that I try to express to my families that I help, is that this young 5-year-old is going to become 15. Then he's
Right.
going to be 25. And so,
Yeah.
although it's cute right now, when you want to ignore some of the behaviors or some of the things that need attention, you have to give attention to, you can't ignore it, because they will not stay children forever. They're going to
Oh,
become
that's true.
adults. And
That's true.
so, I just give them the support, the resources, direct them, share my story, listen to them. Sometimes parents just want to hear. They just want somebody
Mhm.
to hear what's on their heart and what they're going through. And so that's what Trusted Parents does. Trusted Parents started out as a support group, but now we give workshops. We give trainings to parents. We do parenting classes for children who have intellectual developmental disabilities. We are consultants for guardianship, because, like I said, these kids transition, and we consult parents on, maybe guardianship may not be the way. Allow your child to be able to make their own life decisions, but you giving supportive help along the way. We
Yeah.
have a summer camp now for children with intellectual disabilities. We've been doing this for quite some time, and we're all inclusive. So it's not just a diagnosis. We help all families, and we're not ashamed to say that if we don't have the answer, we're going to get the answer. We're going to make sure we find the answer for you.
I think that's so awesome. I'm so glad you touched a little bit on, again, these kids are after 12th grade. There is
Yes.
a whole nother world, and
Yes.
we need to be prepared to prepare them for that world. The
Yes.
transition programs per states may vary, but there are, services that the state will offer. Maybe the government offers these children transitioning out of the, high school into the college, if they decide to go to college, and or just into adulthood. How do you guys advocate for those kids that are, or and helping parents to advocate for their children and choosing what's best for them, for those kids after the high school years?
The best advocate for a child is their parent. The parent knows them better than anybody.
Mhm.
And so some parents may be looking for just a day program. Some parents may be looking for someone a child or their child to go into job training, or
Mhm.
continuing education. It really is what you think your child or your young adult is able to do. How do you
Mhm.
want them to show up in the world? Do you want them to be productive, or do you want them just to, depending on the levels of their cognitive abilities, where they are? So how we support parents is we meet them right where they are. Everybody's need is not the same. Everybody wants is not the same. And so we have to meet them where they are. One of the things that my son, he's 23. Okay.
Mhm.
My baby is 23. But I know that Malik will never be able to, as much as I want, as much as I would love for him to be a productive citizen in society, where he's able to go to work every day and have a family of his own and I know my reality is that Malik won't be able to do that. And
Got you.
so all I want is for Malik to be able to be in a setting where he's respected, that
Mhm.
he's not looked at, that his diagnosis, when people look at him, they don't see his diagnosis first, but that they see him as an individual, you
That's
know.
awesome.
And so how I advocate for families is the same way I would want to advocate for myself.
Mhm.
It's just know your reality,
Right.
set reality bound. You cannot. I do believe in reaching for the stars, but we have to have reality about how we want our children to show up in the world, what we want
That's
for
true.
them. I feel like there should be no limitations, but at the same time, we have to understand that we don't want them in a situation where they're going to be uncomfortable. We
Exactly.
want them to be
Exactly.
happy. We want them to be comfortable. We want them to live a happy life, no matter how that is, no matter how that is for them or how that shows up in the world. We want our children to be happy.
Exactly. So thank you for that. For those of us that are just tuning in, I am here with Nikia Bai. She is the CEO of Trusted Parents, and it's an organization that she came up with based on an experience, personal experience that she have to be able to advocate for parents of children with intellectual disabilities. And she's here tonight to speak on that, to share her experiences with that, and also to share all the resources that she have come across to help families. As you guys, if you haven't heard already, she's helped people around pretty much the globe so far. And we're so grateful to have you here to speak on that. I do want to take time to see who's in the audience. Guys, if you all are tuning in, so let me tell you how this thing works. So we're here and we're streaming live on YouTube, but I may not know that you're there. So what I'm going to ask you to do, please, is to let us know you're here. Let us know that you're here by making sure you've logged into your YouTube account. If you want us to, if you even have a question for Nikia, please, this is a great topic and a great opportunity to learn how to navigate, or whether if it's for you, your family, or somebody you know who may be struggling through this process with their children who may have been diagnosed with certain intellectual disabilities. Nikia is here to just show you and share with you all that she have to offer through her program, her nonprofit. Let us know. Just log into your YouTube channel and say hi. You can comment, because I don't think you can comment without logging in. So just comment if you have a question. Let us know you're here, say hello, whatever. And not only that, since you're on my page, my little YouTube channel, please, 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 if you don't mind, like my page, subscribe, say hello, leave a comment, share this live with those you love and those who may could really use this help. And then click the notification bell, because I'm always having someone great on this show. Again, this show is dedicated to shining a light on independent artists and entrepreneurs. So we're here for that. And we have this wonderful person. Hey, who is that? Hi. Thank you, Lucy Jones. And hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in, April. Well, so I just want you to know that this is a great platform for all types of content, but we do have a special content tonight. And I definitely want you, Nikia, when you get a chance to talk about certain, like if you can give us some case studies, like personal case studies you've gone through. When I say case studies, I really mean like personal experiences you've gone through as to how you may have helped a family navigate this thing called life, as far as being a parent of a child with intellectual disabilities.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Huh. I have so many families that I have the privilege to help. It's just so many stories. But my fondest stories come from my summer camp. This summer marks our 10th year of having a summer camp. Again, Malik is my blueprint. I couldn't find a summer camp that I felt was going to cater to what he needed, so I created one. You'll find out that I am a person that I'm a doer. I see a need and I just do it. And so I created the summer camp, and so all my fondest memories really come from summer camp. We've had children and they had behavioral problems, or I hate to say problems, but they have behavioral concerns and challenges. And this one little camper, he could not fit in any camp. No matter what mom has tried, he got kicked out time and time again. And she was like, okay, this is it. This is the last one. I'm gonna try this time, and this is it. And so she brought him here, and I was like, don't worry, the first 2 days, okay, he tried, and them babies know I love them like they're mine. And I don't let them fall into the excuse of the diagnosis. So your behaviors are, I believe they have enough, they understand what they're doing, just like any child. Any child knows what they're doing. And so you have to set boundaries. And so I put not limitations, but boundaries. I set boundaries with him, and he loved it. His behavior, he went through the whole summer. His mother cried at the end of the summer. He cried because she didn't want to leave. And along the way, I help parents. I go to IEP meetings, help
Oh,
parents set up
nice.
individual. Yeah, we are advocates. I traveled all over North Carolina to help parents advocate for their children in the
I'm
school
so
system.
happy to hear that, because that IEP program is something. When you have to sit through those meetings, you're looking at paper that kind of looks Greek. It's like, okay, what is this? What is this? And you have a whole table of everybody representing. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay. So it's great to hear that you've been a part of that. That is awesome.
Absolutely,
Oh my
because
gosh.
IEP it stands for an individual educational plan. And the
Yep.
thing is, parents don't know their rights. They don't know really. They go into these meetings and they really don't understand what is going on in these meetings. And they
Yeah.
need someone who knows the law, who knows
Mhm.
how to navigate an IEP and to
Yeah.
make sure that the child, the I in IEP represents that child. So as an
Okay.
advocate, I'm not so much going in for the parent or for the school. I'm there as a representation for that child to make sure that that child gets everything, a free appropriate education as the law states, and that everybody is, and that he's getting the resources, he or she is getting the resources that they deserve in the educational system. And so yeah,
Okay.
I'm all over North Carolina for that.
Oh
That's
my
a big
God.
thing. That's a
That
big
is
thing.
so sweet. That is so sweet. So I too am a parent of a child who was on that program, and I do understand. I was like, gosh, I wish I had. I mean, we had advocacy there as well, but not. I literally, the parents are the advocates. So I'm like sitting there, like,
Mhm.
okay, and it could be a little overwhelming at times, and at times, I'll be honest with you, it put me in a defensive position too, because I'm like, wait a minute. Are you all really trying to make sure you're taking care of my kid, or is this for some other purpose to pocket you guys? Because I had learned so much about, and I could be wrong, so please correct me, of how the state will fund, certain school systems for the amount of children that are categorized under that program. A lot of kids didn't necessarily need to be categorized there, but they were. And it's like, wait a minute now, okay, what's happening? Then I get into this whole thing, and it's about that pipeline to prison system that gets to me too. I'm like, wait a minute, I am not trying to. I don't want to have my child falling into that. And
Yeah.
I shared with you some things earlier, but when we come back from a break really quick, I hope that you'll be able to shed light on that per your experience, or how parents can really be better advocates, because a lot of times we get information and we take it and we don't research it, we don't question. It's like, okay, well, then that's what it is. And sometimes, no, you really have to make certain that you understand what you're signing your child off to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's my piece right there. But
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to be educated further, because I stay corrected on anything. So if it's something that I'm a little bit off,
Mhm.
let me know. But in the meantime, I do want to thank you guys, all of the guys, for tuning in to an interview with tonight. I am your hostess, Eunice White, and I have here tonight Nikia Bai, and she is the CEO of Trusted Parents. As she expressed earlier, years of advocating for parents with children with intellectual disabilities, and not only that, she's stepped into many roles, and we're going to get into some other stuff that I read from her bio that really substantiates her as the person she is today for this cause. So we're going to go to a break really quickly, because I do want you guys to get to know the CEO of Armstrong International Media and Distribution LLC. That's Miss April J. Armstrong. She is the one that is presenting an interview with, and my show will be on her network, which will be launching soon, guys. I'm so excited. On a couple of platforms. I'm so happy to hear about all this stuff that's happening with A.I.M. So let's get to hear from her really quickly, and then we're going to come back. And yes, Nikia, please help us understand if there's any misconceptions or myths about this entire program. I am so happy to learn that you are so well versed in this and can help not only me, who have a graduating child, or a child who's graduated from that program, but just help all of us, please, because I think a lot of us could really use your help tonight. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to check out for a few minutes, hit a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back.
April says, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the name Armstrong International Media, your spot for internet TV broadcasting for poetry and indie artists. AIM, for the culture, for the collective.
Okay, and we are back. So yes, you had a chance to meet Miss April. Miss April has been doing this thing for a minute. She is a lover. She is an advocate, if you will, a lover of independent works. So independent artists, entrepreneurs, whomever. And she was given the charge to create this wonderful television internet broadcasting network. Again, it's called Armstrong International Media and Distribution, or AIM LLC. Now, if you are looking to be able to have such content like this or other television shows, if you're a filmmaker, if you're what is that, those cooking shows, workout people who have their different shows, all kinds of content this lady have and will have in her upcoming launch pretty soon. Just reach out to April at AIM Incorporated 21 at gmail.com, or you can visit the AIM Network.com. You will not be disappointed. And again, she have a love. She's a powerful woman, meeting so many powerful people that are aligning just right with her to make this thing a wonderful, wonderful project. So we definitely appreciate April. Thank you so much. And my show, again, will be airing on her network. Also, my show will be airing on a radio internet network, and it's called Untapped Music Radio.airtime.pro. First of all, I was all tongue tied, was it tongue tied, tongue twisted, whatever. I was like, just like, okay, can't say it tonight, can't say it right. But Terry Hatchett, she is the CEO and creator of this radio network show, and it's absolutely awesome. My replay of this actual episode will air tomorrow, Wednesdays at 3:30. It's global. Her network is global. Radio show is global. And I'm telling you, reaching from across the pond and back down south in the South Americas and back up here. So she had been doing this thing for a while and has been blessed to meet so many different people around the world just based on her radio show. So we are absolutely excited, and I'm so happy to be a part of her programming as well. So thank you, ladies, for everything. I so appreciate you guys. All right, so we're back, and a couple people are commenting. So let's just go through the comments and see if we have any questions really quickly. Again, I am here with Nikia Bai, and she is here. I know, right? And she is here. She is here to talk about what she have going on with respect to trusted parents and all the services they provide parents of children with intellectual disabilities. So far we have, again, Miss April says, hello, Queens. Hello back, Queen. All right. Miss Lucy Jones says, hello, Eunice. And she's waving, hi. All right. And we have Dino Wright. Dino says, thank you, Nikia, for your positive action combined with positive, passionate thinking results in an impact that is priceless. I would have to agree with, based on what you've just said, you're advocating for a lot of folks across the states, and that is wonderful with respect to what we're talking about, parents of children with intellectual disabilities. Says, greetings. What's this? I can't read it, but this JNJ something 806. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Greetings is the family. So proud of you and trusted parents, Mom. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, and then here we go. All right. Miss April's back. IEP meetings since second grade, dropped to 504 meetings in ninth grade. I understand. Talk about why that could be, Nikia, in a second. And Eunice, you're fabulous. Thank you. You're fabulous too, April. I love you so much. So IEP meetings since, let's say, she says ninth grade, dropped to 504 meetings in ninth grade. I understand. So let's talk about the IEP and then going into the other part of this thing called 504 meetings. Tell us what your experience is as to why parents will decide to do something like that.
Well, usually when it's not the parent's choice to drop to a 504. It's
Oh,
usually the
okay.
school system.
Oh,
It's usually
okay.
the school had either did a reeval or felt that the child was meeting his educational needs or
Mhm.
points, and they felt like they didn't need as many as many services or resources in school. However, that
Oh,
child still have a diagnosis, and so they
mhm.
bring them down to a 504, which offers that's a an agreement with the school.
I see.
They come up and they sit and they say, okay, this child still needs support. And so we're going to make these certain accommodations. But for a parent to come from a 50 IEP to a 504 is probably a school system. They probably have reevaluated the child and was like, oh, they don't meet these criteria, but we understand that your child still needs certain supportive systems in place. And so we're going to do this. And a 504 is not as intensive as an IEP. The IEP protects a child. Not saying that a 504 doesn't, but a IEP really protects the child. The law is written under the
Mhm.
IEP. And so if that happened, I can almost bet or guarantee that it probably wasn't maybe not the choice of the parent, because usually parents want the IEP over the 504.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. But if this school system deems that may not, they're pretty good, may not need as many services. Oh, hi, Nikia. Oh, my sister Nikia is up here too. Nikia, is, by the way, is a special education teacher, by the way, out of the Maryland school system. And Nikia, please feel free to chime in your experiences.
Yes.
She's an actual teacher of special needs children. So I'm so happy you tuned in. So how do we, is there a stigma? So here's the thing. Okay, so get this off real quick. Let's see here. Again, if you're tuning in, I'm here with Nikia Bai. She's a motivational speaker and life coach, but she's also the CEO of Trusted Parents. And we just happen to be here talking tonight about her supporting parents of children with intellectual disabilities. And she also have a coming up to support Trusted Parents. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So, but this is such a wonderful topic to speak on. Do you find, or have you found over the years in your advocating, that there are some parents in denial who have denial issues when it comes to their children being in such programs? Like the children may have been deemed to have a certain diagnosis. Okay, that's fine. But over the years, if the parents deem that they're not may not need the programming anymore, and the school is saying, yeah, we suggest this. Have you ever dealt with parents who have been in denial of such I guess such issues, and how have you been able to help them to make the right decisions for their children? I would say that. I don't know how to say it actually properly, but yeah.
Absolutely. Parents are always in denial when they first get that diagnosis. It's hard because in our minds, we already said our children want to be the first president of, or the president of the United States, or the first one to go to the moon, or something like that, or go to the moon. We come up with these big dreams and visions for our children. And so when somebody tell us that our child, that something is wrong with our children, that's not, we don't readily go into acceptance. It's just it's a natural wave of emotions. And so denial is always usually the first emotion that we will experience. However, I will say this, if you stay in denial, you're doing a detriment not to just yourself, but to the child, because you're denying that child from getting the resources that they need that can help them, the therapies, the support, and things like that. And so, yes, to answer your questions, I have come across parents, not a lot that I've serviced, because usually the parents that I serve have already accepted the diagnosis. However, I have seen parents who have denied their child the resources they have. And I will say that it is something very I'll say in our culture, because we usually get, hey, nothing wrong with that child. They just need their behind whoop. You're not doing this right, and things like that. So they don't understand, it immediately goes to, oh, there's nothing wrong with them, but there really is. And so I've seen parents who have denied their children the resources that they need or could have benefited from because they were in denial. And that child, like we discussed earlier, that child becomes an adult. And so now you have this adult individual and you don't know what to do with, because they haven't gotten the resources they needed as they was growing up. And so now they're in a place where they don't know how to be in society. The behavior is not acceptable. And so it ends up being a detriment to the young man or woman that has the diagnosis. So yes, parents are in denial. That's the first reaction. However, if you stay in, it's not good. Yeah.
I get it. I understand. Okay, but so we have Miss April. She says a nurse informed me an IEP may not give all the credits the child needs to graduate. Ever heard?
No, I'm sorry about the nurse who told you that. That is not true. Children graduate with an IEP. They get a diploma. Those are kids that are maybe in a self-contained classroom where they go to on a certificate program. But if your child is in school, they just might need certain accommodations to help them. But it doesn't mean that they won't graduate with a diploma. So I apologize. You said April for that. That was that was misinformation. That he was misinformed. No, because your child has an IEP does not mean that they will not get a high school diploma. No, not at all.
Okay. And then we also have, she gave another comment. This is, it's a huge stigma. She says, I'm sorry, I keep messing up. I'm sorry. With this cursor. Can you read that? You can read the comment right there.
It's a huge stigma. I was so criticized for my medicating my child for combo ADHD in the beginning because I didn't know alternatives yet. Then it was doctors just wanting to diagnose Black children that way.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a few seconds. Go ahead. What's your take on that?
Well, again, my take is that sometimes parents are the best advocate for their children when they are well informed, when they are, when they educate themselves about the child diagnosis. Sometimes you have to go beyond the doctors. You have to do your own research. And I could share a story. My son had seizures really bad when he was young. I asked the doctor, I said, is this medication going to cure him? And he said, no, it's not. It's to control the seizures, but it wasn't controlling the seizure. And he told me, he said, if you snatch him, not only did my son get an allergic reaction, but he told me I couldn't snatch him off the medication, that I have to wean him off. But meanwhile, my son was dealing with an allergic reaction. I chose at that time to do what I felt I had to do as a parent. And I took my son off the medication. And I was criticized for it. But my son ended up going to a specialist, and the specialist told us that was one of the best things that we could have done. And so what I would say to you is you cannot always go according to what the world say. There's a gut, this is an innate feeling in you that we as people have to learn to trust. And when that thing is in us, is telling us not to do something, then don't do it. That's the only advice I can give. You are your child's best advocate. You know your child better than the teachers, better than the doctors, because they're textbook taught. You live this thing, your lived experience. You get to see that child wake up and go to bed every night. You dress that child, you clothe that child, you nurture that child. You know what their capabilities are. You know what they cannot do. You know their strength, their weaknesses. You do. So you get this feeling in you that says, no, don't do it. Trust it.
Right.
Trust it. That's the only thing I can say as a parent to another parent is what's in you. Trust it. It will not steer you on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I remember. Do you remember the time of the educational system? I don't know if this was happening in North Carolina, but I do know up here in where I live in the Maryland, D.C. area, my older two girls, when they were in school, I think they had taken recess out of the programming or arts or something. It was all this big chatter about removing that, right? And with that being said, we also had an influx of children that were coming or being born here from parents from other countries having to learn, or no, coming here from other countries. I'm sorry, learning English as a second language and all that fun stuff. So a lot of the kids were highly affected with that, and because they were not allowed to be able to get their energy out somewhere. Like we grew up, we had recess, and we came in from recess, we took a nap, and we just went home, whatever. But the kids at that time, it was like, no, you have to do this a certain way, this, and this. And the kids were being diagnosed or saying, well, maybe you want to have your kid see a doctor because they are hyper. I'm like, well, they're hyper because you're not letting them go outside and run it off. We would have been considered that, I think, growing up, if we didn't have that outlet during the school hours. We were able to, again, you go to school, you had your teaching, and then you had lunch. After lunch, we went outside, we ran it all off. We came back in, we took a nap for a few minutes. This is like little kids, kindergarten, first, second, third grade. Well, kindergarten is when my kids were coming up, first, second, third. They were ready to take all that stuff out, and then wanted to say that the children were just too hyper. Here we go with ADHD and this other stuff. And I'm like, because you don't let them go outside and play. And that's how I felt about the whole thing. Let them go outside and play because that's what it's a natural thing. They're just being kids. And it was like they wanted to medicate them. And it was recommended for my girls. I was like, no, not at all. Nope. They're still crazy today. I'm just joking. But they not because of that, okay? But I say all that to say it's just a lot of things have just transpired over the years, and I just hate to see many parents struggling with this today. Nikia says, I'm sorry, Indicate or NECA. She says, yes, my parents do many parents, I'm sorry, do a disservice to their child by not being open to the services that can help their children. And you're right, that's true. Yep. And then we have here back from April. She said, yes, he was self-contained around the time. I hope I'm reading that right because I do need some glasses. It's time to get glasses. And then McKay says, yes, as Ms. B said, students in self-contained classrooms graduate but receive a certificate of completion. Yeah. And thank you, Nikkei. So what's the difference between a certificate of completion and a diploma for a child in IEP? Can you touch on that quickly?
Oh, yeah, sure. A diploma is a diploma. Your child, any child that typical neurotypical child would get when they go to school, they graduate, they finish, they were able to pass all the end of grade testing, all the testing, they performed on grade level, they get a diploma. So children that are in self-contained classrooms, they're not held to that kind of standard, and so they don't have to meet certain in the tests that they give it to them, but they don't have to necessarily pass them, or they're not meeting all the academic requirements and things like that. But they give them a certificate of completion because they say, they went through school, they showed up, they did what they can at the level that they could, but they haven't done it at the level that we set for kids to do. And so therefore they get a certificate of completion. I personally feel that if a child goes to school and they work their hardest, no matter what level that they're on, if they're graduating and they finish school, I believe all children should get a diploma. Diplomas usually transition for them to go to college, continue education and things like that. A certificate, colleges don't take that. If you wanted your child to continue, they don't take certificates of completion.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah. But they've gone through all the years of school. They worked the hardest that they can on the level that they could. They gave their all, their best at their ability, but they don't get rewarded for it the way all other children do it. And I feel like that's a disservice.
I do too. Okay, so what do the schools offer for children who are just graduating with a certificate when they transition? What is the transitioning programs offering to these kids? Because if the colleges are not going to accept a certificate, then what's left over? What are these programs providing for the students?
Well, there are certain colleges, some
Mm-hmm.
that have programs that may take it for continuing education for those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. They're very few and far in between. There are some that may take the certificate. There's some community colleges that may,
Mm-hmm.
but they usually don't. They want
Mm-hmm.
a diploma. So
Okay.
those kids, it depends on if someone starts a program and say that's going to focus on job training, continuing education, and things like that they can go to. But usually a certificate of completion is not recognized like a diploma is.
Okay. Well, that's some good information for those parents out there who may not be well versed in this whole thing,
Mhm.
experiencing the situation, but not well versed. It's good to have that information. I do want to, let's see, I want you to go back here. I have to share screen because I want people to know. Oh no, I think I clicked out of a tab. But anyway, I want people to know about. Well, first of all, let's make sure that people understand too. The IEP program for those students is standard around all states as we know of in the United States.
It's a law.
It's the
It's
law.
a
So,
law. Yeah.
okay, good.
It's a all states. Yes, it's a law. IEP, the IEP program is written law. So it's across states. So no
Yeah.
state don't give up IEP. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, again, for those of you who are just tuning in, I am here with Nikia Bai. She is the CEO. I'm looking at a few things at the same time, so please forgive me. She is the CEO of Trusted Parents, and her mission is a nonprofit organization that she created based on personal experiences, as she mentioned earlier in the broadcast, helping parents with children with intellectual disabilities. And she has had a chance to not only advocate for with parents in their quest of getting their children the services that they need, but you also sit on different boards. Will you want to talk about that? I saw that in your bio. And
Yes, I do sit on a few boards. Not a few, but I am a advocate for North Carolina Child.
Mhm.
I sit on their board as parent advisory board. That is near and dear to my heart. I also I am the executive chair for Family Support Network of North Carolina.
Mhm.
That's also near and dear to my heart. Anything that's going to support families is near and dear to my heart. So yes.
Okay. So what's the most rewarding I say thing that you've received based on your entire experience with this whole thing? And again, if you had to give parents any type of tips, what would they be?
Well, I would say the most rewarding thing, my passion was birthed from my pain. Okay. And some people are like, oh my God. Yeah. Because if I didn't have my son and I didn't go through what I went through, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. And I realized that it is my passion. It's become my passion. So my passion is to serve
Mhm.
families, is to help parents. And it's not just helping parents who have children with intellectual, developmental, physical delays. It is my passion to help individuals in general. Rather,
Mhm.
I am encouraging women or helping somebody with startup of a business. No matter what it is, it's my passion to serve. I am a servant. I love to serve. It's my passion to serve.
Okay. So, and that is awesome. We do have you here. I'm still reading your bio, which is so it's a beautiful bio. It's very exciting bio. Not only that, but just full of humility. So, when you say you co-own by Enterprise LLC, we're going to talk
Yes.
about something outside what you do in terms of advocating. You are a motivational speaker. Talk about that really quickly, and then we're
Yes.
going to get into your upcoming event.
I am. I am a motivational speaker. I get called to a lot of speaking engagements. But my speaking engagements are birthed from my experience, and so I share what I've gone through. And most of my audiences are families who have children who have a diagnosis of some sort,
Oh,
and just
wow.
giving encouragement to them that they're not alone, and that the support is there, and that they have in them everything that they need to make sure that their child is the best person that they can be. We don't know. We there's no handbook that's given to parents, period. But there's definitely no handbook given to parents who have children with intellectual disabilities. So because of my speaking engagements, and because I have been, I have spoken in front of lawmakers, I have gone to Raleigh, spoken in state capitals, I have spoken in universities, all over organizations. So it is something I do, and it's because of the platform of Trusted Parents that open the doors. And so what I had to do, because Trusted Parents is a nonprofit, and I'm here to tell you that 95% of all funds that come into that organizations go straight to that organization.
Oh, nice.
Because it is a labor of love. And so I had to create By Enterprise. Me and my husband together created By Enterprise, because I needed to get paid.
Yes.
Because all the money was going into Trusted Parents. When we do stuff for Trusted Parents, we want to make sure that we are able to continue the service that we're doing. So we created By Enterprise, and through By Enterprise, I use my other talents of motivational speaking, life coaching, business coaching, and things like that so that I can eat too. You know what I mean?
I get it.
We put on different things. So By Enterprise is that. It's the for-profit I created the for-profit for the nonprofit.
Okay.
I could put on events and stuff that would benefit Trusted Parents. Because can I be transparent for a minute, please?
Sure.
Okay, as a woman of color who started a nonprofit organization in the field that I've created, I am the only long-standing woman of color. And I usually don't title myself as a woman of color, because as soon as I walk in the room, you know what color I am, right? But I and I get to sit in boardrooms and in conference rooms, and I'm the only one who looks like me. However, I don't get as much funding as the other organizations. I don't get as much money coming in. And so I was like, I'm not going to depend on nobody. So I have to do what I have to do. And so I created By Enterprise. And so we put on events through By Enterprise, and all the money from the events go to help keep Trusted Parents going and be able to provide the services that we provide through Trusted Parents. So I see you strolling.
I'm strolling.
Yes.
This is one of the events you have coming up to help support Trusted Parents. And it's still like a very, very nice event. I am so looking forward to attending. You can talk about it. I'm just scrolling, but go ahead and talk about the coaching, the consulting that's going to be helping us at the Ladies High Teas, the weekend of Unified Excellence, August 25th through 27th, so Friday through Sunday, right there in Charlotte, North Carolina. So you can go ahead and take over from there.
Let me tell you, I am so excited about this weekend of events. I want to just go out there and say that one of the packages are completely sold out. So we do still have packages.
What?
One is already sold out. So It's a weekend. It's a full weekend. And those who know me know I'm fancy. I don't know how to do things basic. I'm not a basic kind of person. So any events that I put on, I go over the top. I don't know how to be basic. So I promise you, it's money well spent. So Friday night is our yacht party. And it's called Shades of White. So we've been all in white, and we're going to be on the beautiful Carolina Grace. It's a beautiful boat, and we're going to dance. We have Janine Davis and DJ Q1. They are here from 101.9. They're going to host and keep the party going. Then we're going to have food. You know, we're just going to have a good time and dance. And then Saturday is the high tea. Now, this is the 3rd year for the high tea.
Wow.
The high tea, the ladies' high tea, and it's been so amazing every year. But my husband came to the high tea last year. He felt like the gentleman needed to be a part of this, right? So,
oh, that was nice.
And so we have the high tea, the ladies' high tea, and the Distinguished Gentlemen's Club, and that is going to be. We have. I don't know if any of you know Sunshine Anderson. She's going to be our guest.
Yes, yeah.
For the high tea. And then we have a very dear friend of ours who is he's in the medical field in Emory. He works for Emory. He is a top exec. He's going to come and talk to the men about letting your health be your wealth, and how your health ties into everything for men. And they're going to come. We're going to come in our best tea attire. The men going to come in their dapper wear. And I'm telling you, it's going to be so much fun for the high tea and the Distinguished Gentlemen's Club. But let me tell you, for those of you who come and stay at the Duke Mansion is beautiful. The grounds are phenomenal. If you stay there after the high tea, there's an after party after the party. You understand what I'm saying? So we have the whole parties. We rented the whole mansion. The whole mansion is ours, nobody else. And so we're going to have another party after the high tea, and then we're going to get relaxed. We're going to have a good time. And so all the benefits, all the funds, especially from the Yapa, is going straight into Trusted Parents. No other corporations, no other businesses is doing this. Then nobody else is wanting to sow into Trusted Parents. I can't depend on people. I can't wait on people. So God has given me the gift for gab and the ability to go out there and do things. So I'm doing it. I have to make things happen. I'm not one to sit around and wait for somebody. I don't look for handouts or anything like that. So if it got to get done, I'm going to do it. And so this event is going to benefit the support, the continuous efforts of Trusted Parents, and us supporting families of children who have a diagnosis. It doesn't matter what the diagnosis is. We're here to help them.
All right. And that's what's been helping you to get this done for years, as you stated, for all the parents you've met. I don't know if you guys are just tuning in, but she's helped parents down in Florida. She's helped parents in almost every other in other states outside of North Carolina where she's based. So we're very happy to hear about all of this. Again, guys, I have a share screen happening right now. And again, the event's called the Ladies High Tea. And this is again by Enterprise. And let's see if I read that correctly. Ladies High Tea is a weekend of unified
excellence. It's a weekend of unified excellence.
Yeah, Ladies High Tea, a Distinguished Gentlemen's Club. And make sure I keep that in there now. So a weekend of unified excellence. Guys, it's August the 25th through the 27th. It's a Friday and Sunday. Again, presented by Enterprise, and proceeds are to benefit Trusted Parents. Again, as Nikia just said, the organization is an advocate for parents, children with intellectual disabilities. Guys, please, if you want to go down to North Carolina, the beautiful Charlotte City area, and just enjoy yourself for the weekend, but for a good cause, please find your way to this website. Nikia, I will put up the email address if I don't have it already up there. There we go. For more information and speaker inquiry, contact Nikia at gmail.com, or you can just go to the website and just make your purchase there. Again, whole lot going on with some entertainment, some good educational information that we'll learn about how to navigate through this thing called being a parent or being an advocate of some sort for children who are experiencing these types of disabilities. Come to this organization. She have different packages. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Where are we? The packages are coming. There we go. Begin packages. And you can click here You can click here and you can click in a couple other places to select the type of package you want to be a part of, guys. But again, she said all of these proceeds are going towards trusted parents so that she can continue doing what God has given her the passion to do, and that's to be that advocate. And this is, again, based on her own personal experiences being a mother of a child with intellectual disabilities. Okay, so yeah, go ahead, guys. You have one. Something's already sold out. I saw that a few seconds ago. You said it
Mhm,
already, but there's a package
mhm.
already sold out. So you guys, you got to jump in there, jump on out there, and get your seats so you can be a part of this lovely weekend. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. So yeah. So before we close, is there anything else you would like to share that we haven't already discussed? I'm going over to the comments right, quickly too to see if I make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, thank you, April. Anything else you want to share about
Yeah,
that, maybe, or just any type of myths or misconceptions about this entire process, programming? What would you like to share that you think we could benefit from?
well, again, I just love what I do, and there's always going to be a misconception out there about something, but we
Hmm.
know the truth. We know we know the truth.
Yeah.
My thing is I don't want our children or our young adults to be put in a world that is going to put the world is going to put limitations on them, but I don't think that we have to put those limitations on them, because they can be
Hmm.
whatever they aspire to be, with the support that they need.
Hmm.
That's the bottom line. But to find out more about what we do at Trusted Parents, if you just go to trustedparents.org,
Hmm.
you can see our website and see everything that we do, all the services that we provide. And then, like, this website is just nikiabai.com. That talks about the event. That's just nikiabai.com. I
Okay.
think there is a link on there to, if you go to Nikia Bai, you will see a link there under the About Me that will take you straight to Trusted Parents page. But I am just, I don't believe in limits. I don't believe in limitations. I just believe that we can do whatever we have to do in this world, and we can help lead and guide the
Yeah.
individuals to where they need to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's so awesome. I do appreciate you coming by to share all of this wonderful information. I am on, guys. I am on the Trusted Parent site. And again, we seek to meet the needs of parents caring for children with disabilities. And we're so grateful to have people like you that's standing in the gap, because the process can be very consuming, very overwhelming, not needless to say. And it's so great to have people who have been there, done that, who can pull up parents and say, "Hey, I got you. I've been
Mhm.
through this. I can help you walk through this. We can help you navigate through this situation and help you make a very informed decision on your child's growth through this process." So yeah, you guys, please visit her website. It is great. She has a contact us link. And as you can see, you can put some information up in there. You can call her or call the organization and really get to her help. And again, she is not just bound within the borders of North Carolina. She can help you no matter what state you're in, or could give you resources to help you in the state that you're in. If you have any questions, please
Mhm.
reach out to her. She will be more than happy to help you guys. And thank you so much for that. That is such a wonderful um, program to be a part of. I know for you for sure in the creation of it, but it's just so nice to have an extra resource, especially for those of us outside of the state of North Carolina. So again, she's based out of North Carolina, but she have done advocacy in so many states, so she can help, because she says the program doesn't change. It's a law. It's a state law, federal law rather, and it does not change. So the laws are the same throughout pretty much all states, and she's more than happy to provide you with whatever information you need. This is Miss Nikia Bai, and I hope you guys will take advantage of her her willingness to help if you have a situation. So I want to thank everybody, first of all, for tuning in tonight. This has been a great topic. I hope you guys gained a lot of information. If you found yourself curious as to how, or met a stumbling block, and you're now curious as what's my next move, I'm hopeful that you'll reach out to Nikia. If you're unable to make the event on the August 25th through the 27th, you can always donate. Definitely
Yes.
reach out to her and donate to the cause, because she is truly passionate about what she's doing. It's going to be a fun-filled weekend. So please try to join it if you can. And if you can't, if you're unable to join the programming or the event that weekend, again, you can always donate. So hit the donate button. You can always donate, because she's here to serve. And we're very happy to have you here doing just that, Nikia. I want to thank Armstrong International Media for again presenting an interview with. Again, my hope in what I'm doing is to be able to spread the type of knowledge that we're spreading tonight. I am a lover of independent artists and the promotion of entrepreneurs and those with nonprofits, business people. And I'm so happy that this conversation has opened up. I hope a dialogue that you can also have with people in your local areas to discuss this same thing. And again, you have an advocate. She's out of North Carolina, but she can help you get through the process. And thank you to the educators that tuned in tonight and actually participated in the conversation. We had a special education teacher out of Prince George's County Public Schools in Maryland, who actually was able to share some of her insight tonight via the comments. And we've had a parent who was able to express her experience of a parent with a child who was labeled with such diagnosis. So the conversation is great to have. It is a great conversation to continue having. So we should definitely keep this going. And I want to thank also Untapped Music Radio for also supporting me. This program can be heard on Wednesdays at 3:30 p.m. on her radio network. And again, always, viewers, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. You are helping to spread the beautiful passions of so many of my guests that come on the show. So please continue to spread the videos. Again, subscribe to my channel. You can like, comment, click notification bell, all that fun stuff, and just learn about someone who is doing some wonderful things. My goal is to shine the spotlight and to get information out. So yeah, trusted parents, you guys definitely tune in to what's happening under the guidance of Miss Nikia Bynum. All right. And then lastly, Miss Nikia, I am so happy that you took the opportunity to hang out with me. I know I hope we're not too late, but I just want to thank you so much for coming here and just sharing your knowledge and what you're doing. And I pray that you will receive all the support that you are hoping to receive, or will receive rather, through your efforts, because this is going to be a great program.
Thank you so much.
And I'm looking forward to August, and I'm looking forward to seeing you grow more. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in August. Yes.
I will be there. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. Next Tuesday, we'll be back. You'll meet another guest of mine, another special guest, independent artist who's doing their thing. And I hope you guys come back. And again, thank you so much for supporting every person that comes on this program. I do appreciate you guys. Okay. So if there's nothing else to be said now, I don't think I forgot anything. I hope. Let's see. Oh, somebody popped up with a comment. Let me see what that is. Oh, thank you, Nikia. She's the educator. She's the educator. But thank you so much for your support, Nikia, as well. I appreciate all your insights too, as a special education teacher. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to close out, and I guess I'll see you soon, and I guess we will stay tuned. And you guys don't forget to support trusted parents. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Until next time, thank you so much, guys. You all have a blessed week. Thank you so much.